If you want to save yourself a lifetime of stress, agony, frustration, resentment, bitterness, and even hatred, stop trying to change people into something they already are not. Stop trying to instill into others what they do not already display. And this is more specifically when it comes to like our romantic relationships, right? Also feeds into friendships, etc. But when we are looking to make somebody something that they're not in order for them to fit our paradigm, we suffer. And I see this happening a lot when it comes to, let's say, you want somebody who has certain attributes. So let's say you want this man in your life and you want him to be loyal. That means you're wanting him to be loyal, which means he probably isn't already that, right? Or you want him to be a one woman man or whatever it is. So you see him running the streets and doing his thing, whatever, and you want him and you desire him and you see quote unquote potential in him. And so you go out of your way to try to make him be that loyal man. It's the very same thing on the other side, right? You see this woman and she's out there in the world doing the thing or whatever, and you think, man, I really see potential. I really see a wife in her. Let me try to change her. This is the thing. You are setting yourself up for disappointment and disaster every single time. Because even if that person is agreeing to this agreement that you've set in front of them, right? You are saying to them that I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring that potential out of you. Maybe you're not saying it verbally, but you're showing and demonstrating, right? And you're having this desire to have this person be a different type of way. And they're telling you in some way that they're willing to be that. You're setting yourself up for disaster. The nature, the true nature, the ingrained habitual program of that person is whatever life they were living so far. Their value system is still the exact same, even if they desire to be different, right? It's like if you have somebody who has been eating ho-hos and cupcakes every single night, and finally, so, let's get healthy together. If you get together, we're going to get so healthy. We're going to do this, that, and a third. And so now you cut all those carbs out their life, etc. And they're so excited about it, but their habits are still ingrained and they still have a value system of pleasure above feeling good and being healthy. Then that person is going to go right back into that very same lifestyle, and you're going to be disappointed. Same thing when it comes to a drug abuser, right? I'm finally going to get clean for you. They say they're going to get clean for you. It feeds into your ego. Oh, wow, I changed them. I'm going to be the one who makes them different. I'm going to be the one who brings this quote unquote potential out of them. You're playing Captain Saver, bro. And so you find yourself in this relationship with this individual, a friendship or an intimate or romantic relationship. Oh man, wow, they've been doing so good. All of a sudden, oh, I can't believe they went right back to it. Oh my goodness, look at what they're doing to me, right? Now it's something they're doing to you, even though they showed you exactly who they were. It's like they say when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. When a snake shows you its true colors, when a snake shows you its skin, believe it and walk the other way. Every single time. I've learned that. I've incorporated that. I've internalized that. And I live and breathe as that. When I see somebody and they show me the way that they actually are, I say, is this something that I want to engage in? Like if they stay this exact way forever, is this something that I'm willing to entertain? Absolutely not. Oh, I see the potential in them. Potential? What is potential? I need results. I need to see it on paper. And this goes the same for me. If I'm quote unquote potential and I'm expecting somebody to accept me off of potential alone, no, absolutely not. They're foolish if they accept me off of potential, right? Oh, I see that you got promise. I see that you could really do and be in. I take it off this basis now. Is the person that they are at this very moment in time, am I willing to have this individual in my life for the rest of my life in whatever relationship dynamic that person may stand, right? Am I willing to have this person as my romantic partner exactly how they are, exactly where they are, or even deviations, quote unquote, worse, right? Like if they're addicted right now, am I willing to have them be even a little more addicted? If they're in terrible physical shape right now, am I willing to have them be in, even more of that? If this person is a player, they're in the streets, they're running around, they dogging, am I willing to have them be, right now they might be a Pomeranian. Am I willing to have them be a pit bull? That's how we have to start viewing these things as opposed to taking potential, because it actually is the ego that is giving us this narrative of I'm going to be the one to fix them. I'm going to be the one to change them. And we have this mentality as people, especially as those who are, teachers, and you have this aspect of yourself where you want to educate people. You want to show people a better way. You want to enlighten people. Even Sister Harriet Tubman understood this as she was in literal slavery, in antebellum slavery back in the 1700s, I believe. I believe actually she was like in the 1800s, early 1800s. Anyway, she would show up to the plantation and she would say, look, I know the way to freedom. We got this underground railroad system that we've created, and you can be free today. Like, it's going to be some work. You have to do this and that. You have to duck, dodge, but listen to me, and I will show you the way to freedom. And she would go into these plantations, and sometimes she would meet people who were so satisfied or so used to their bondage and their slavery that they would stay. And she would say, listen, now, if you rat us out, I'm not even going to chance it. I'm going to have to knock you upside the head right now. She had a gad on her, by the way. She had that thing on her. She had a stick on her. You understand me? Harriet Tubman had that stick on her. And she would point it at him and say, look, if you snitch, you know what time it is. I know where to find you. You're not about to ruin what we got going on over here. You understand me? So she would not drag the person to say, you have to come with us. She would not go and try to wake people up. She would say, whoever's ready to be free, come with me. That was her entire strategy. And that's the strategy we should approach our lives with. Look, I know the way, but you can follow if you want. I'm not here to change you. I'm not here to fix you. I'm not here to turn you into anything other than. And so when it's all said and done, I also can't blame you for being exactly what you are. How you going to be mad that he cheated when you got in a relationship with him when he was already a dog? Like, how you going to be mad about that situation? Oh, I can't believe he ended up with my best friend, but you got him when he was still with his woman. Uh-huh. She was looking all at you when she was with her man. And you say, yeah, I pulled her. Yeah. And then somebody else pulled her. And now you're mad. Come on, bro. Let's be real. Come on, sis. Let's stop with the games. Let's be straight up. You're going to be disappointed every single time. 11 times out of 10, you're going to be disappointed when you try to change somebody. And really, it is a savior complex. You are trying to save somebody from themselves as a means to distract yourself from you taking care of the business you need to handle within yourself, right? I remember one of my earliest consultation calls, this lady, I'm not going to give her name out, but she basically said, well, she had a realization that, damn, the reason why I keep taking everybody's calls and being this, this part-time free therapist for everybody and their mama is because I'm running from dealing with my own stuff. It's easier to have somebody else's plate than to deal with what's on your own plate in most cases, because now it's personal. And now this one, you have to take accountability for. You can't complain about this one to anybody else. I mean, most people still will, but it's still your plight. It's still your responsibility. And it's clear that it is. But when it's somebody else, it's theirs. So you can just say it was them. Or you can even use it to solidify yourself as a victim in the situation. Look how they did me. Oh, look how they treated me. Like, you knew that, okay, look, I'm not saying that this is the case. I'm not trying to make any type of name because I know I got brothers and sisters out there who, are into MMA and fighting and things of that nature, right? But you've seen the swole ears like this, that bend in and that are swole because they've been punched in a few hundred times. You see them swole ears, and then you get surprised when they start putting the Beast by Dre on you, right? They were a fighter when they came into the relationship. They were that already. That was their tendency. They had a tendency of that aggression, whether it's in sport or whatever else it may be. So you got somebody, oh my goodness, they seem, they just care about every little detail, etc. On the other side of that might be a controlling individual. We really have to start looking at things plainly. And I know we say we get tricked. I know we say we didn't see it coming, but most times, more times than not, me included, we shut off all the red flags. We shut off all the indicators. We don't want to see what we're seeing right in front of us, right? We don't want to see it because we want what we want. We want to satisfy and satiate that aspect of us. We want to eradicate that feeling of loneliness, and we believe we'll do it by getting something external, when really you can only eradicate loneliness by connecting to yourself. FYI. I have to make an entire new video just about that. Loneliness has nothing to do with other people's lack of presence or lack of other people's presence, but instead a lack of connectiveness to ourselves. But that's a story for a whole nother time. Let me know if y'all want that one, actually. Let me know in the comment section if that's the one that you're needing at this point in time. But yeah, back to the point at hand. You find yourself in a place where you're wanting what you're wanting. You're pushing for what you're pushing for. And so you will push forward even if it means ignoring your very own intuitive lead, your own intuitive knowing. And you find yourself in situations where you're now compromised. I can't believe he did that to me. I can't believe she did that to me. Really? Really? They were showing us the whole time. They were showing us the crazy. But instead, we blind ourselves from it. We do the John Cena, can't see me, every time it shows itself. Because we want it to be something other than what it really is. And when we start to be authentic, we start to be real, and we start to connect to ourselves, right? We have to be tapped into that intuitive lead. And we like to pick and choose sometimes. So we like to say, my picker is off when it comes to that. But then we also say, I know when somebody's got bad energy. I can just tell when somebody's off. Yeah, when it's coworkers, right? When it's someone you want to be a victim. No, don't even. I'm not even gonna get into that one right now. I'm not even gonna get into that one right now because I'm gonna hurt some feelings for real, right? But we like to pick and choose when our picker is off. It only when it's the relationship that we were using to fulfill or satisfy us, maybe pleasure wise, right? Oh, they had it going on in the sack, so dun 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 dun. We did the John Cena. You can't see nothing going on in front of you. You can't see me on that one. We need to do better for ourselves. Period. It's for no other reason than for us. We're not doing it for the other, we're doing it for ourselves. And that is what's also going to give to the other. When we're taking care of us, we're taking care of everybody else in the process. We show up as our best selves, as our most authentic selves, as our most free selves, as our most true selves. And so long as we're playing this game of trying to save everybody and turn them into something else so they can fit our narrative, we're going to stay in a place of bondage that we've created for ourselves. So that being said, free yourself. Get yourself. Ooh, Lord. Okay. This cup right here, I didn't put this cup here too many times. Did it to myself. I done knocked it over at least 2 videos in a row in the past. So learned that lesson. But make sure to get yourself a copy of my first published book, Doing Me Guilt-Free, Breaking Free from People Pleasing and Unleashing Your True Personal Power. This is your handy dandy lifetime guidebook as far as how to break free from that need of perpetually begging and pleading for the external validation of others and instead living from an authentic, true place. Man, I'm telling y'all, I done got too paranoid because I done looked behind me like the water was still there or something like that. See, this is why we really got to do that inner work. We really got to renew our thoughts, renew the stories that we tell ourselves, and tell a personally empowering story. So make sure to get yourself a copy of one of these by clicking the link in the description below. Till the next time, namaste, namasko.